Hello, I'm Atul Kulkarni. The objective of this screencast is to discuss basics of timers and counters related to 8051 microcontroller. Why? Why do we need timers? Now here is an example. Now assume this is a 8051 microcontroller chip. This is port 0, port 2, port 3, port 1. 4 ports having 8 pins to each port. And one LED is connected to P2.0, first pin of the port 2. And let us assume we want to blink this LED. Let us say we want to switch on this LED for 5 seconds and we wanted to switch off this LED for next 10 seconds precisely. That means we wanted to generate a delay between two successive events, switch on the LED and switch off the LED. Now in this case we use or we need a timer. Now let us see why do we need a counter. Now this is an example here again. This is a 8051 microcontroller chip having 4 ports. This LCD display is connected to port 2 along with using some pins of port 1. And let's take an example of the mall. At the entrance of mall, at the entry door, and this is an exit door, and IR trans receiver set is connected to the entry door as well as exit door just to count how many persons entered through entry door and how many exit through exit door. Means just like that two trans receivers, IR trans receivers acts as a switch. So switch is shown here, which is connected to the 2 pins, and this switch sometimes closes, sometimes opens. When persons enters in through the entry door, then IR beam gets break and pulse gets generated, and which is connected to this port 1. Means port port 1 first pin receives some signal, for example, and this signal gets detected and gets counted. And in this case means how many the events occurring outside the microcontroller. If you want to measure, if you want to count, then in this case we need a counter. So far now we have discussed the use of timer and counter in some applications. Now let us see the basic registers relates to your timer and counter. Now as we know, 8051 microcontroller provides you 2 timers / counters. Both the timers are of 16-bit size. And as we know that 8051 microcontroller is of 8-bit size, but microcontroller provides 2 timers of 16-bit size. Hence, for both the timers, they are named as timer 0 and timer 1. For timer 0, we need a 16-bit register. For timer 1, also we need a 16-bit register. But as 8051 microcontroller is of 8-bit microcontroller, for timer 0, 2 registers for 16-bit are provided, named as TL0 lower byte timer register and higher byte timer register. For this 0 represents timer 0, this 1 represents timer 1. Means these are the 16 bits for timer 0, these are the 16 bits for timer 1. Means these 16 bits with the help of TL0 and TH0 register, and these 16 bits with the help of TL1 and TH1 registers. Means so far now we know that 8051 microcontroller provides you 2 timers, and both the timers are named as timer 0, timer 1, and related to timer 0, 2 registers are there, TL0, TH0, and related to timer 1, 2 registers are there, TL1, TH1. Now let us see special function registers related to timers. These 2 registers are very important, relates to the timers or counters programming point of view. Now let us see this first register, that is TMOD, stands for timer mode. Another register is TCON, stands for timer control register. Now this TMOD register is an 8-bit register, whereas these 4 bits belongs to timer 0 and these 4 bits belongs to timer 1. Now see the format of this TMOD register. M0, M1, C/T bar gate. M0, M1, C/T bar gate. M0, M1 refers to the mode of the timer for timer 0 and these 2 bits for timer 1. This C/T bar, if this particular bit is 0, that means programmer is using timer. If the same bit, this C/T bar bit is 1, that means programmer is using counter. And we know the difference between timer and counter. Timer is used to generate a delay between 2 successive events, whereas counter is used to count the events happening outside the microcontroller. Now, depending on the application, if you want to use a timer, then this particular bit we need to set 0. If you wanted to use counter, then this particular bit of TMOD register D0, D1, D2, this third bit should be 1 for using a counter. And now this is a very important bit, that is gate. It refers to either you wanted to start timer through software command or through hardware command. Through instruction, if you want to control the timer, then this gate should be 0. And if you wanted to control the timer through hardware command, means providing a signal on a particular pin, then this gate bit should be 1. Gate bit should be 1 for hardware control, gate bit should be 0 for software control. Same is the case for these 4 bits as well. These 4 bits for timer 1, these 4 bits for timer 0. Now next register, special function register, is TCON, timer control register. For the time being, just leave this 4 bits of the TCON register. These are interrupt related. Now we are dealing with the timer counter programming, so we just concentrate on these 4 bits. This is TR0, TF0, TR1, TF1. These 2 bits are related to timer 0. These 2 bits are related to timer 1. If you want to start the timer, if a programmer wants to start the timer, then he should make this bit 1. Once you make this bit, TR0 bit of this TCON register 1, then timer 0 starts. And if you make this bit 1, if you set this bit, then timer 1 starts, another timer starts. And as timer starts, as per the initial count loaded in the timer register, once it receives 1 clock pulse, it gets incremented by 1. Next clock pulse, again it gets incremented by 1. And so on. After every clock pulse, timer contents becomes greater than 1. And at some instant, the contents of timer becomes all 1. And again for the next clock pulse, the contents of timer becomes all 0. And this particular instant is called as rollover. That means contents of timer are full, and again after next clock pulse the contents of timer becomes 0. Then this particular flag, TF0, rollover flag, becomes 1 for timer 0. And TF1, this is the rollover flag, becomes 1 for timer 1 when rollover occurs. That's why related to timer control, means either timer is on or timer is off, either timer's rollover is occurred or not, can be easily verified through these bits of the timer control register. Now let us move towards how this timer functions. For example, just we already discussed, if initially the contents of timer are all 0, and once you start the timer by making TR0 or TR1 bit of the timer register, TCON register, you can start the timer. And once you start the timer, after every clock pulse, timer content becomes greater than 1, and so on. After some time, the contents of timer becomes all 1 and then all 0. This particular condition is referred as terminal count or rollover state, rollover occurred of that particular timer. That means the contents of timer are full now. So in this way we can use the timer. Now let us revisit the TMOD register. As we already discussed, M0, M1, C/T bar gate, M0, M1, C/T bar gate. These 4 bits are related to timer 0, these are related to timer 1. So for now, for time being, just don't consider the other modes of the timer as 0. If these 2 bits are 0, 0 means programmer is using 13-bit timer. If these are 0 1 means we are using 16-bit timer. If the same bits are 1 0 means we are using 8-bit timer. And if these bits are 1 1, then we are using split timer mode. Means these 4 modes. Out of these 4 modes, which mode we are using or the timer programmer is using can be identified through these 2 bits of the T mod register. And now for time being, just consider these bits are 0 1, that means we are using 16-bit timer mode. Where at the initial part of the programming we'll consider this mode, and in the latter part of the programming, once we get ease with this mode, then we'll move further to learn other modes of the timer. Okay, so for the reflection spot, please pause the video, read the question and try to answer this question. Welcome back. Now the question was, there are 3 instructions. If you load 0 1 in T mod register, then what happens? If you load this in T mod register, then what happens? If you load 12 in T mod register, then what happens? 0 1 means 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 in T mod register, and we know the format of T mod register. This is the format of T mod register. 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 means these 2 bits are 0 1 or all other bits are 0. That means we are using timer 0 in mode 1. The same is mentioned here. If you load T mod with 0 1 data, 0 1 hex data, then you are using mode 1 of timer 0. If you load T mod with 20 data, 20 hex data, that means what happens? 20 hex means 0 0 1 0, and as we know that these 4 bits are related to timer 0, these 4 bits are related to timer 1, and this is 1 0. 1 0 means mode 2 of timer 1. So same is mentioned here, mode 2 of timer 1. And if you load T mod with the content 12H means 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0, then this means mode 2, this means mode 1, mode 2 of timer 0, mode 1 of timer 1 gets selected. That's it. Now this is one very important example related to timer. As we know that if the frequency of timer, let us say it is a 12 megahertz. The frequency of microcontroller, clock frequency of microcontroller is 12 megahertz. Then the divided by clock frequency, divided by 12 of the clock frequency is the frequency of your timer in case of 8051 microcontroller. Means if the clock frequency of crystal 8051 microcontroller is 12 megahertz, then the clock frequency of timer will be 1 megahertz divided by 12. Means the duration required to complete 12 cycles for 8051 microcontroller is nothing but 1 clock for the timer. Means after completion of 12 clock pulses of 805 microcontroller's crystal frequency, timer's 1 clock period happens. This we need while timer programming. If you not understand, still while you are doing the timer programming, we'll get it. Now let us see the flow of timer programming, the steps that we need to perform while programming a timer. Now here we'll quickly just go through the steps for timer programming. In the next video we are going to discuss in detail how do we program, how do we write a program so that we can generate a delay using a timer. Now here we need to load a particular count in TL and TH register. Before that we need to set the mode of timer, either whether we wanted to use 13-bit timer, 16-bit timer, 8-bit timer, or in split timer mode we wanted to use the timer. Depending on that, we will load the data in T mod register, we'll load the initial count in TL and TH register, then we'll start the timer, then we'll keep track whether TF flag of that particular timer is become 1 or not, and in accordance with that, when that TF flag becomes 1, then the terminal count is reached and then we can stop. Means our required delay is generated. Thank you.